Prosecutors resting their case against Illinois teenager Kyle Rittenhouse. He's accused of killing 2 people during demonstrations in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year.
And WGN's Julian Cruz has been covering the trial for us from the start. He joins us live tonight from Kenosha with more. Julian.
Good evening, Ray. After 6 days of prosecution testimony, now it's the defense putting on their case, calling witnesses who are testifying about the chaotic and fearful scenes here in Kenosha after 3 days of angry protests back in 2020.
I opened up the door and he kind of came running in and kind of fell into me.
Joanne Filder remembering a visibly shaken Kyle Rittenhouse shortly after he shot 3 people, killing 2.
He was pale, shaking, kind of stuttering, stammering his words. He was sweating.
Filder and a group of armed individuals from West Bend, Wisconsin, traveling to Kenosha, they say, with the goal of protecting people and property last year in Kenosha.
How did he look to you?
Totally in shock.
He said to you that he had shot someone?
Prosecutor Thomas Binger zeroing in on the conversation in cross-examination.
He never told you that any of those people threatened him in any way, did he?
Nope.
He never told you that any of those people had any weapons on them, did he?
No.
The trauma to the heart and lungs is pretty extensive.
Forensic pathologist with the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office, Dr. Doug Kelly, testifying about his autopsies on Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber.
Mr. Huber has an entrance wound that is just below the left nipple. It basically travels through his chest and creates trauma to both of the lungs and specifically to the heart. There's a lot of damage to the heart.
In regards to Rosenbaum, who was shot first by Kyle Rittenhouse on that August evening of 2020, prosecutors asserting that Rosenbaum was falling as Rittenhouse opened fire.
Is it your opinion, to a reasonable degree of medical certainty, that the back to front shots to the head and then the kill shot to the back would have been while he was falling or perpendicular to the ground?
And that is occurring at the time that the last 2 gunshot wounds are heard.
We're not saying that he was turned and shot in the back, correct?
That's correct.
The defense working through cross-examination, trying to establish that protesters, based on gunpowder residue, were trying to disarm Rittenhouse.
When he puts his hand on the gun, the barrel is not pointing in his chest, correct?
I don't recall, but I don't think so.
Now, the list of potential defense witnesses considerably shorter than the prosecution's list, raising the possibility that the defense could rest their case by the end of the week. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, Julian Cruz, WGN News.